We thought he was gone. But as quickly as we came to the conclusion that Louis Eriksson might have played his last game in Vancouver, to me it looks like he might actually be coming back. And I think we're gonna need the music for this one. Somebody cue it up. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Let's go over the Vancouver Canucks. There are so many pieces of news to go over. Our big piece is going to be in the middle of the video, though, because we're starting off talking about what was revealed yesterday, and pretty much not really revealed, but like implied and eventually confirmed earlier today, which is the 12th, the day before the NHL kicks back up. These are our Utica Comets for 2021 among the group that was still up with Vancouver. Jonah Gadjovich, Lukas Jasek, Kole Lind, Will Lockwood, Josh Tevez, Jett Woo, and Jake Kylie. Now, going over each of these guys, Gadjovich, he had a pretty okay camp. I wouldn't say he was amazing, but he still has a lot more to improve upon in the AHL. For Lukas Jasek, yeah, he's the same thing. I've always been a big fan of Lukas Jasek, and if you've been following this YouTube channel for a long time, you've known that. Kole Lind was very good in the AHL last year, but, you know, just the way this roster crumbles, Podkolzin and Höglander, these guys are both wingers. Kole Lind is another winger who's being pushed down the depth chart. He's going to have more to prove this year if he wants to prove that he has got NHL potential in the projectable future. Lockwood, fresh out of college, not really surprised that he's going down to the AHL. Tevez was a guy who got beat out on the D pairings by Benn, Juolevi, Rafferty, Rathbone, all those guys. Woo is playing his first year as a pro as well, who actually did have some very good plays in the scrimmage. We also saw Nate Schmidt congratulate Woo and say that some of the plays that he made were very elite, which is awesome to see out of a guy who played in the WHL as far back as March last year. And then you have Jake Kylie. Yeah, we signed this guy a few years ago. He's a goaltender. He'll be over there with the Utica Comets. We also had some other things going on about the guys that were sticking around, because out of all the players the Canucks put on waivers yesterday, Eriksson, Bailey, Berchi, Brisebois, Grayovac, and Sotner, all of them cleared waivers. Why am I not surprised? Nobody took a chance on Louis Eriksson, man. How do you not want to take a chance on Eriksson? 70 points, 30 goals. This guy was an absolute workhorse for the Dallas Stars and the Boston Bruins. But of course, I can understand why he wasn't taken on waivers. This is what appears to be the plan, though, as labeled out by Moj from Donnie and the Moj. This was posted onto TSN 1040's Twitter account. What I am hearing is that Eriksson and Benn remain up here. Berchi will be going to Utica, and they're mulling over their last decisions in terms of the taxi squad. Now, that was published on the radio a little bit after it was revealed the Utica squad for Vancouver, so who knows what's going to go on with Sven Berchi. He also says that Travis Hamonic will be official today, a one-year, $1.2 million contract, which eventually was confirmed. Travis Hamonic was signed, and he actually does have an NMC on that contract too. But at the end of the day, you know, it's only a one-year contract. He is guaranteeing himself to stay with Vancouver. No move clause means he's not allowed to go to Utica unless he allows it, and he's not allowed to get traded unless he allows it either. So Hamonic is pretty much here to stay for the entirety of the 56-game season. We also had an update on Jayce Hawryluk, where Moj says that he's not traveling to Edmonton. He's day-to-day with an upper body injury, because if you remember, it was Tyler Mott, yeah, who took him out in the scrimmage. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. However, even though it was Jayce Hawryluk who was in that bubble of uncertainty as to whether or not they would go to Edmonton, Travis Green had a little bit of a different update. He said that he wasn't sure if it wasn't only Hawryluk that would join the team to Edmonton, but JT Miller and Geordi Ben too. The team departed in a couple of hours. This tweet was posted at 12 p.m. And then we had ourselves an update later on from Matt Sakaris a few minutes before I recorded this video. My understanding is that due to virus concerns, Jordie Ben and JT Miller will not be with the Canucks for a couple of weeks. Both players are quarantining. Miller had been staying at Benn's Vancouver residence. So, oh no? Oh no. Oh no. The Vancouver Canucks have lost JT Miller. Now, Jordie Ben, I don't want to make it seem like I don't care about Jordie Ben. That definitely sucks. Jordie Ben was not really projected to be playing. Like, straight up, the D pairings were Edler Schmidt, Hughes, Hammonic, and Juolevi Myers. That was probably the lineup that everybody had in their heads. Jordie Ben was not a part of that, even though he's a part of the team. And if he was the one who was getting exposed, I guess, and JT Miller was sticking around, staying with him in his Vancouver residence, and JT Miller is now quarantining too. It's very unfortunate. That's not a good look. Oh no. People in the replies to this tweet were talking about things like, oh, you know, we're gonna start Team Tank early and all that stuff. Oh boy. 2 weeks, eh? 2 weeks. They're having a 2-week quarantine. Couple of weeks is what Sakara says, but you know the protocol here. 2 weeks when you're exposed. And the Vancouver Canucks in the next 2 weeks, if you go over to their little calendar over here, this is tweeted out by a follower in the replies, they have themselves, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that they play in the next 2 weeks. And, you know, that's a lot. 8 games out of a 56-game regular season is about 14% of the year where we're not going to have JT Miller, and... okay. Okay, I don't know how to feel about this. The big thing that people are asking now is what happens with that lotto line, because you don't have JT Miller here. We have a 4-game road trip in Edmonton, Calgary. You don't have the top line of your squad together. Is this Loui Eriksson's time to come back and shine with the team? Like, seriously, this is taxi squad material here. This is what's going on. I saw some people saying, okay, maybe we could put Höglander up there with PD and Besser. And I'm like, no. No. I don't want to do that. I absolutely do not want to do that. Not because I don't think that Höglander is capable, but, like, this guy was playing the entire practice, the entire scrimmage, the entire few weeks leading up into the games with Horvat and Pearson. He's developed that NHL start with Horvat and Pearson. This guy has been here for a few weeks already, learning how to play NHL hockey with Horvat and Pearson. To break that up and to move him up with PD and Besser, who play a very different game than Horvat and Pearson, I don't know if I want to see that right away, man. Maybe give it some time, maybe give it some weeks before we move Höglander and shift him around in the lineup, but I don't know if I want to say that he is ready to be playing with Pettersson and Besser in Game 1 against Edmonton tomorrow without having any prior practices with them. He's fresh out of the SHL, he's a brand new guy, and because he's literally the newest guy in the entire league for this team, I don't want to put him into any big changes right away. He's developed chemistry with Horvat and Pearson, so breaking that up and putting another guy with them and moving Höglander to PD and Besser's wing, I don't know if I would say I want to do that. I think the most likely scenario is that we just see somebody who was taxi squad material, whether that's Loui Eriksson or whatever, come in and play on the first line instead. And now when you say it like that, actually, I don't know. Maybe having Höglander, Pettersson, Besser is fine, and having Eriksson with the Pearson-Horvat line. I don't know. I don't want to contradict myself, but, like, yeah, just out of the ease of allowing Höglander, the guy who's brand new in the NHL, to play with the line mates that he thought he was going to play with the entire time, I want to keep him with Horvat and Pearson, but whatever happens, happens. We'll see if he gets moved or if somebody else gets placed into that top line spot, because I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking about Eriksson, Pettersson, Besser, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that's all too great. But you know what? Talk to me in the comments what you think. No comment section for this video here because it was a quick one that I'm just trying to get out. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.